Okay, good day engineers and students. So in this video, we will be answering one problem lang muna, no, about short transmission line. So simple problem lang naman to. Ang iso-solve natin is line impedance, line current, and sending end voltage. No, para sa problem na to, no, habang inaaral natin siya, nahihimay din natin no, paano ba nakuha yung impedance, paano ba nakuha yung current, and then finally, paano ba makukuha yung sending end voltage. So, ayun lang muna in this video. So, basahin natin yung problem. 60 Hz short transmission line having resistance of 0.62 ohms per phase and the inductance naman L is 93.24 millihenries per phase supplies a three-phase Y connected 100 megawatt load of 0.9 lagging power factor at 215 kilovolt line to line. So calculate the three quantities, the line impedance, the line current, and the sending end voltage. So ganito yung gagawin natin for a short transmission line, di ba we can show the per phase diagram niya. So ipakita natin yung diagram. So since ang pangalan nga ng diagram na ginagawa natin ay per phase diagram, so dapat yung mga quantities natin per phase. So una, there is the sending end voltage, no? Dito mag-uumpisa yung source natin and then hanggang sa load. So dito yung load side natin sa kanan. So syempre, 'di ba, since that is a transmission line, meron siyang impedance. Ayan. So ito yung impedance of the line per phase. Dapat nga kasi per phase yung mga quantities natin. Also, ito is our sending end voltage per phase. Tapos dito sa part na 'to, so ito yung load side na natin. So dahil ito na yung load side, lista natin ano-ano yung mga quantities na meron sa load. So unang-una, the power sa load na nako-consume is 100 megawatts. And then the power factor is 0.9 lagging. And then lastly, dapat ang voltage na nare-receive niya since we are in per phase analysis is the receiving voltage per phase. So, take note engineers, this is the load side, di ba? Ito yung sinusuplayan. There is a connected load, 100 megawatts, and the lagging power factor is 0.9. And then the voltage na nare-receive niya is 215 kilovolts, line to line. So, ingat tayo dito sa part na to engineers. So, dapat kung 215 kilovolts ang line to line, kapag ililista niyo siya sa per phase diagram, ang 215 kilovolts must be divided by square root of 3. Di ba? That is our receiving voltage per phase. So, paano ang magiging pinaka-solution natin dito? Since nagkaroon na tayo ng load and this load is then connected through the line papunta sa source, there comes now the flow of the current. Para kapag tayo ngayon ay magke-KVL, kapag magke-KVL, starting from the per phase sending end voltage, mababawas yung voltage drop na meron sa transmission line. So that is the product of the current and then the impedance of the line per phase. Also, ibabawas na rin natin ano yung voltahe per phase na meron sa load, and this is equal to 0. So, basically ang iba, ang ilan sa atin, kabisado na nila yung solution na kapag sending end voltage per phase ang hinahanap, ina-add lang nila yung receiving end voltage per phase at saka yung voltage drop sa transmission line. So, eto. So, pwede nyo makabisado na to. Pero dito nga siya nanggaling na by the principle of KVL, na by the flow sa ating circuit. So bakit naging plus? Siyempre ililipat lang natin sa kanan, 'di ba, yung dalawa. So solving for the sending end voltage, equal 'yan sa positive ni receiving end, positive ni voltage drop. So VR plus IZ, 'no? So this will be our last solution na lang mamaya, 'no, kasi ayan yung last quantity na iso-solve natin, yung sending end voltage. So, umpisahan natin yung pagso-solve ng ating problem. So, for letter A, which is the impedance of the line, per phase ito. Since we are considering an inductive impedance, so ang Z line natin is the combination of the resistance plus the inductive reactance, no, JXL. So, paano ba sinosolve yung X natin kapag inductive? No, but XL is equal to 2 pi times the frequency times the given inductance. And given naman yan, di ba? We have 2 pi. Going back to the problem, we have these two quantities, the letter F, the frequency, 60 Hz, while the inductance is 93.24 milli. So following that, no, substituting, 60 Hz ang frequency, while the impedance is 23.94 milli. So yung milli na yon ay times 10 raised to negative 3. Double check lang natin. No? Baliktad. 93.24. 93.24. Ayan. So let us try to get the XL, no, into decimals na lang siguro. So 2 times pi times 60 times 93.24 exponent negative 3, no, raised to negative 3. And the answer here is 35.15 ohms. So then, following again, the combination para makakuha tayo ng Z-line, that is the letter R. So going back to the problem, ang letter R naman natin per phase is 0.62. So we have 0.62 plus, so since inductive plus yan, J, and ang nakuha nating XL is 35.15, so ohms. And this proves our first answer, di ba? So the first answer is solving for the letter Z, 0.62 plus J, 35.15 ohms. Okay, next. How about the second question? Na kung naalala nyo, dito na lang na huwag na nating balikan. The second question is solving for the current. Now, for the current, ito siya. Engineers, ang mga kabisado nating formula of power sa three-phase is ito, di ba? Kapag letter P, square root of 3 VL, IL, PF. Pero kung S ang sinosolve natin, square root of 3 VL, IL lang. So, ganito. Ganito if current ang sinosolve, so syempre aayusin lang natin tong formula, di ba? By cross multiplication, si letter P ngayon madidivide na kung sino yung mga katabi ng current. Square root of 3 VL PF. Or kung S naman is ganito, yung S naman is madidivide kung sino yung katabi ng current. Square root of 3 VL. So I want you to take note of this, engineers, na kung ang given power ay megawatts or in terms of watts, there is the power factor, tama, sa denominator. Pero kung ang given is S, MVA, KVA, dapat wag ka magdi-divide ng PF, solving for the current. So isolve natin ngayon yung current since alam naman natin kung ano yung given. Balikan lang natin yung given. So the given are 100 megawatts. 0.9 PF lagging, and 215 kilovolts. Now, let us now substitute. So the given power is 100 megawatts or 100 times 10 raised to 6, no, kasi mega, over square root of 3. The line voltage na receiving is 215. Di ba? Ganito ang voltage na nare-receive ng load. 215 times 10 raised to 3, no, kilovolts. And then the power factor is 0.9. If we are going to put angle, so we are going to put negative sign because for angle, kapag siya ay lagging, negative ang ilalagay natin. So arc cosine of 0.9. Di ba? This is how do we solve the angle, di ba? So ito lang yon, if cosine theta is equal to power factor, so therefore solving for the angle, that is arc cosine ng power factor. Na kung isosolve yung angle. So ito yon, pinapakita na natin yung angle by arc cosine ni power factor. So i-type natin siya ngayon, no? So for the current, we have 100 mega over square root of 3 times the receiving end voltage. So ganun naman natin sinosolve yung current. Dapat sa receiving kayo tumingin. So 0.9 and then angle, negative arc cosine ni 0.9. So shift in polar form, we have 298.37. So solving now for the current, we have 298.37 angle negative 25.84 amperes. So let's check. Magnitude lang ata yung nasa key answer natin. 298.37. So here we have 298.37. So last question na lang. What is the sending end voltage? And as we can see, engineers, we have already solved for the current and the impedance of the line, di ba? Gagamitin na natin yung naging answer natin from the letter A and letter B question so that we can now solve for the the sending end voltage. So ganun siguro ang pinaka-safe, no, ang pinaka-magandang way, lalo-lalo na kung nasa quiz pa lang naman tayo ng college, na isa-isahin natin what are the quantities na needed, the current and the impedance, di ba? Especially. So, ayun yung gagawin natin. We are now going to substitute that na yung mga quantities na nakuha natin. Okay? So, dito. For the sending end voltage. So, first, baka kakabisado na natin. The sending end voltage per phase is equal to the receiving end voltage per phase plus the current times the impedance of the line per phase. Let us now substitute. Now, solving now for the sending end voltage per phase, that is equal to, what is the receiving end per phase? Again, engineers know the receiving end is 215 kilovolts. This is line to line. So, para maging per phase, you need to divide square root of 3. And do not forget that, engineers. And then, we are going to plus the angle na nasolve natin sa letter B, 298.37 angle negative 25.84. Also, engineers, etong angle hindi dapat mawala sa current kapag tayo ay nagka-KVL. No, dito, kapag sinosolve na natin yung VS, hindi kayo pwedeng mag-solve na ang current ninyo ay magnitude lang. Dapat meron siyang angle. No. And going back to our letter A answer, so this is the impedance of the line, 0.6235.15. So the impedance of the line is 0.62 plus J 35.15. So that's it. No, type lang natin to sa calculator. We can now solve for the per phase sending end voltage with the angle. 215 kilovolts over square root of 3 plus 298.37 angle negative 25.84 times 0.62 plus 35.15. Do not forget the I. So the answer here in polar form na lang, no? Polar form is 129.21. 129.21 kilovolts. Sige, lagyan natin ng angle. The angle is 4, no? 4 degrees. Approximately 4 degrees. Next. But the question, no, kadalasan dito nagkakamali ang iba, ang hinahanap is the sending end voltage line to line. Ang nai-answer na kagad nila, per phase voltage. So kung kanina, eto sa part na to, dinivide natin ng square root of 3 yung line voltage kasi ang kailangan natin per phase voltage. So ngayon naman yung answer na to, i-times natin ng square root of 3. Kasi kabaliktaran naman na yung nangyari, di ba? Meron na tayong per phase voltage, tapos ang hinahanap natin ay line-to-line voltage. So solving for this in polar form, this is the answer, 223. No, 223 kilovolts. 223.8 kilovolts. And this is our answer. So from our key answer, we have approximately 223 kilovolts. So that's it. So gusto ko lang ding iwan sa inyo, no, for this solution sa transmission line natin, si receiving voltage lang ang angle 0. And as we can see, nung sinolve natin yung sending end voltage, meron siyang angle, di ba? Approximately 4 degrees. So dapat tandaan nyo yun. No? You cannot have a solution na meron kang sending end voltage, tapos ang angle mo doon, 0. No? Ang receiving end voltage ang 0 degrees. No? That is our reference in this solution. Okay?